Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to the H Train Show, where our only mission is so programs out there beyond the VA.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
We begin on the tracks, rails stretching beyond the horizon. Each tie a memory, each rail a promise of where we might go. In the early years, our first logo appeared, a pioneer stepping onto the platform of possibility. Through seasons of growth, change, and challenge, we moved forward. The whistle of opportunity sounded, and we boarded the train of time. The view changed with every mile, some stations brief, others lasting. Our logos changed too, not just emblems, but mile markers of evolution. Along the way, seats filled with teammates, mentors, veterans, and friends. Some stayed for the ride, others stepped off, leaving their legacy on the rails behind us. And still, the journey continues. The tracks ahead stretch into the unknown, familiar yet full of new promise. What matters most is how we travel, with purpose, with grit, with heart. Because the journey matters, the movement matters, and the legacy of those logos, every year, every show, lives on in the rhythm of these rails. So here we are once again, all aboard. The whistle blows, the tracks call. Together we ride. We are the H-Train Show, showing veterans programs beyond the VA since 2015. H is in the building now.
Let's go! Strap in, this one's for the fighter! I took the oath. 20 years I gave my soul. Sandstorms, fire, a roadside blast. Everything I knew shattered fast.
You haven't seen nothing yet! Woo!
Drowning in turmoil, 15 meds, mine in a haze. Living felt like a permanent death. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. Voice of the broken, thunder in my chest. With the freedom fighters rising from the wreck. Parents pulled me from the edge of night, pushed me forward back into the light. Ski boots on, carving through pain. Found my fire on that frozen terrain. Said I was too old to beat the race, so I trained like hell, put them in their place. From slurred words to a podium stand. Yeah, I'm racing with lightning in my hand. Still standing, scarred and proud. Crushed by war, but I won't stay down. From Kokomo to Olympic slopes, we're the freedom fighters born to cope. Now I take the mic, not a rifle. Broadcast truth, yeah, that's survival. Paralyzed, but still I lead. With every word we plant a seed. Still standing, warriors loud. Can't break us, we scream it proud. Not wounded, we're on the attack. Freedom fighters, and we're taking it back. Freedom fighters, yeah, yeah. Keep rising.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard, MBR Talk.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it is March 3rd, 2026, Red Friday. Can you feel it? Can you dig it? It's the weekend, everybody. Pump it up, pump it up. It is time. It is time for us to have the greatest show ever this weekend, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just tuning in now, you're listening to the Ace Train Show right here on the station that's giving our veterans a voice, our first responders a voice, MBR. Big show this weekend because our top of the hour interview, she's going to be giving us play by play, blank by blank. I don't know how to fill out the forms and stuff, but she's going to give us the answers that we're looking for. PTSD, something new that's going on in the VA system right now, is virtual reality glasses. They're using this for different resources, different rehabilitation process. I can't explain it, but she can. She's going to be with us at the top of the hour. She's going to help us navigate through the process of getting this stuff. Everybody keeps talking about all the stuff you can get and all the stuff that they can help you with, but they don't tell us how. Like, what's the first step? What's the second step? Don't tell us what we can get. Tell us how we can get it. I hate that. Good morning, Man Talk. Hey, check this out. Man Talk is one of those shows, faith-based. It really crunches down what you're doing in life and stuff. And it is on right after this show. I believe it's like 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock. Just check the schedule, but it's right after. You don't need to be listening or watching anything. You can just listen to Roku the whole day, and you'll see what I'm talking about. But Man Talk is a fantastic show. We were gonna do a spotlight, but the spotlight, just so everybody knows, we have a veteran that means a lot to us. He's done shows. His show is excellent. It's brought a lot of visibility. He has definitely blessed the veterans that have been around him. Let's just put it like that. Josh is, just like everybody, Murphy's Law, things that happen in life, bad things, everybody's subject to it. They don't segregate. What I'm trying to say is Josh's family, his father passed away, suddenly this past week, and he's decided to take a step away from MBR, and we not only are there with him, but for prayers and for thoughts, we are with him. If you would like to show your condolences or anything, we can give you the address to his MBR studio in Texas, and we'll keep you updated with that information. But on behalf of Military Broadcast Radio and everybody at the selected shows, we just want you to know, Josh, that we're sorry that this has happened and that we love you, and we are here with you whenever you come back. Take as much time as you need. Family comes first here at this organization. Also, I tell you, I love having you on, Amber, because I ask you to send me like video clips for what those and for Drop the Mics, and like your stuff's always good. Like I literally had to take one of mine, and then I'll just play this other one later on next week, and we're playing the alien one for the what the okay. Because I wanted to share, the enjoyment, of picking up the things. But we'll have the what the segment, we'll have the Drop the Mic segment, and then later on we'll have our special interview, Wellness University. That's what they call themselves. So Shannon is the one that we'll be talking to. It's crazy on LinkedIn. I looked at it. It had like 45, 48 people checking it out. So, I think I'm not the only one that, wants to hear what she has to say. So,
Yeah, Laura always makes fun of me because when she sees LinkedIn at the top, she's like, "Who's watching our show on LinkedIn?"
well, I do. I watch every show on LinkedIn. I think it's needed on LinkedIn just because it's a professional it's a professional element. Sometimes you need a little bit of style, in there to break up the professional. Yeah, exactly. So, all right, well, let's hit it. Let's get to the soldier spotlight. Mail call.
Attention, mail call.
Oh my God!
You've got mail.
Wait, listen up! Listen up! I don't care if you're ready. Mail don't wait.
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, so this is Josh. This is our battle buddy. And for like the next 2 minutes or whatever, we're just gonna sit here and talk about how he has blessed our life and kind of give him a little bit of praise. He has done a lot, not only for the veteran community, but he is a commander at his VFW post. He started recently doing a brand new job of taking care of dogs, and I can totally see how that would be so much more awarding than sitting here every morning and talking, because sometimes I don't even want to sit here and talk. But how can you pass up spending the day working and training with dogs?
Yeah.
Like they don't. Well, some of them bark back, but most of them they don't talk back.
Yeah. And they're always there to love you. And I admire people that can have the patience to train dogs and things like that, because training kids is hard enough. Dogs are really hard.
And it's all about repetition. That's the thing about it. Like training a dog isn't really that hard. It's patience. That's what it is.
I'm lazy.
I think most people are lazy. Well, because you always think, all right, if somebody else is doing the job, you automatically think that they're going to do a way better job than you will yourself. But like, I mean, that would really suck if you got with a dog trainer and they taught it how to heal. They taught it how to heal and sit, but they got it like mixed up. Instead of Spanish, instead of English, so whenever you go heal, it runs off.
I'm actually sending Alora's dog to obedience school because he is driving me nuts ever since he had that adventure out in the wilds of Missouri for 4 weeks and 2 days on his own. He has become an absolute menace. And so I told Alora, he's either got to get out of my house or he's got to be trained. So he's going to spend 2 weeks in doggy juvie.
Ooh. Now see my best friend, I don't think you've met him yet. My best friend Danny. He's in Florida, and he used to do like a back massage business, and now he dog sits, and they're starting a nonprofit of basically being a free vet, little saving things that you can do for other animals at no cost and stuff. So Danny had his daughter, which I call her my niece. He had her call me, and I was all excited that they started this nonprofit. So, it's awesome when you have family and friends that they decide to start a nonprofit, because that's just more organizations that you can partner with, you can do stuff with, you can help them. So helps a lot. Which, by the way, we're going to mention it again in the program, but let me reiterate that nominations for ML Gratitude, if you are a veteran and you're disabled and you want to get on a motorcycle again, go to ML Gratitude, fill out the application, nominate yourself, talk to somebody, have them nominate, do something. Just get your name in the thing. And they're even looking for more veterans. So great stuff there. And before we go on commercial, let me remind you that here in Westminster, Colorado, 9191 Sheridan Boulevard at the Work Simple building, they are powering the H Train show. They are powering Till the Final Whistle, and they are powering the Freedom Chat for all first responders, all veterans. If you're interested in broadcasting, if you want to see what it's like, if you want to do a show, if you just want to record, if you just want to hang out, this is your best opportunity. There are people that fly in just to do one broadcast. So this is your sign, if you can't do this, you can't do 104.3 The Fan. So let me tell you. Well,
I'm gonna say your studio looks really good now, Joel.
We're pretty excited here. We're pretty excited, but you know what? I do have to say sorry to the manager. So I got in trouble before we go on break. I got in trouble a little bit. Evidently, my coffee maker wasn't fancy enough because they said that it was a sore eye, so I had to hide it. So there goes my coffee maker. Now I really have to go downstairs to be able to use the coffee on their coffee maker. And then I have like an Alexa show echo thing. I have that plugged in. Yeah, they removed that too. And the internet base bar, they removed that. In fact, the only thing that they haven't removed is anything in the room. So I think we're safe.
Yeah,
Well, they took our trash. They did take our trash, but that's okay. I'm okay with them taking our trash. We've never had a trash service. So.
Well, I could imagine you bringing in all that stuff in the break room or whatever, and people are like, "What the heck is going on here?"
That's okay. That's all right.
It's all good.
That's okay. Come down and visit. Get your $1 coupon for a joint and your Dunkin' Donuts, and just come by and visit. Get a quick picture and all that stuff. And with that being said, we Amber, I didn't even say thank you for sitting in for me.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. We're going to go on music break, and when we come back, we're going to hit the What the segment. Amber, give us a tease on what are we going to watch.
Well, we're going to watch a woman who works at a dispensary she tells us her story about interacting with a customer who was really regular, and then all of a sudden his pattern changed, and she wanted to know why, and she's not sure if it was right to ask him or not, because what she found out blew her mind.
Ooh. All right. Well, with that being said, we're out of here. We'll be back in a couple of moments after this music break. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA, the H Train Show, right here on MBR.
It's dead. Inside your head, freedom is dead. Freedom is dead. Freedom is dead. With me again. Inside your head.
Even ducks know the calmest waters come after the storm.
Whenever things get rough or it feels like you're at the edge, remember this: storms pass.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA, right here on the station that is letting our veterans' voices be heard. You're listening to the NBR. Now, some awesome announcements that I didn't get to make that I should let Amber make public if she would like. We got an email for collaborative efforts. Should we talk about that or should we hold off?
Let's hold off until the meeting at least.
Okay.
I don't tell anybody on my show what I do.
Okay. All right. So
that's because people are crazy.
Okay. So we're going to say that Amber has had many opportunities and she has been giving another opportunity. And she's looking to drive that, and once she drives that, then she'll talk more about it. But congratulations with that opportunity, Amber. You're kicking ass. You're taking names. You know,
Thank you very much.
You know, and I tell you what, the incredible job that you and Laura are doing with Into the Weeds, because you know there's not a week that goes by that there's not an email, you know, wanting to either partner with you guys or just saying, hey, you know, the content that you guys are producing is out of this world. And I just wanted to give you that compliment, you know, because sometimes we do shit and we're like, are we doing this? You know, sometimes we do need validation, just sometimes, you know. So I just wanted to give you that. It's looking good, and you guys are kicking ass.
Well, thank you. And I thank all the veterans who continue to watch, even though I don't talk about veterans issues. But I appreciate it because I'm the one random weirdo on this station, so it's all good.
Oh, my friend Edge, every time I talk to him, he's a big fan of yours. He loves your spider web, your tangled potatoes and stuff. He loves that stuff. So yeah, he told me that the other day. I'm trying to get him to visit it. Man, I tell you what, it's hard to get people to visit, you know. Well, anyways, with that being said, so you know, considering 420 is just around the corner and Into the Weeds is joining us, ladies and gentlemen. This today's the What The segment.
They're cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
Man, what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad?
Nope.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
Stop thinking about a customer interaction I had the other day at the dispensary to the point where I now have to tell you guys about it, because while I'm sure he's just pranking, it's a very expensive prank though. I don't know who has the money to make a prank like this, I guess, in 2026, but I guess rich people are still out there. Or he's just, this is real, and aliens are in Chicago. Basically, we have this regular who comes in once a month on the same date every single month, like a certain number on the calendar. The dude is in the store shopping, and he only ever buys dabs, okay? And so he comes in, and I notice it's not the date he normally comes in. And so we have a pretty good rapport. I was like, oh, hey, dude, it's good to see you. Like, you're here early. And I was like, oh, and I can see his order. I'm like, oh, you're getting a whole ounce of flour. I'm like, what are you doing having a party? It's my first logical thought. Without skipping a beat, this guy goes, yeah, no, this little dude's just eating so much. I really didn't think he was going to go through it this quickly. I think I'm going to have to start going to Michigan for this shit. It's just too expensive. I'm taken aback. Who's eating? What are you talking about, my guy? Who's putting their grubby fingers in your flour and eating it? So I said, hold on, dude. Back up. What do you mean? Someone's eating it? He's like, yeah, I told your coworkers the other day. And then as he says that, I look down. I can see his account history because like his whole account's pulled up, right? Sure as shit. Yesterday and the day before, the 2 days I was out at the dispensary, he had come in and purchased an ounce, his allotment for that day in flour. Very out of his characteristics, okay? That's not how this guy operates. It's like, yeah, I told your coworkers, you know, this little dude is just eating so much, and I don't really want to get into it. I'm tired of sounding crazy. And as someone who's worked in mental health, that breaks my heart, because, like, I've worked with people who've had psychosis. I've had mild psychosis myself. Like, I know the pain it feels to even utter those words. So immediately my knee-jerk reaction was be like, dude, I don't think you're crazy at all. I'm like, if you don't want to talk about it, I get it, but I was like, you know, I don't think you're crazy. You can tell me what happened. And then he proceeds to say some shit that makes me scared that he actually was contacted by aliens, because I don't want to believe that someone is going through psychosis. I mean, he probably, less. I don't know. He's probably just playing a prank. Anyway, this fucker says he was watching Rick and Morty, and he heard, and I quote, a really loud boom and some, I don't know, like some vapor shit coming out of my basement. It's exactly how he says it. He's like, so I go down and I investigate, and I could hear some like scurrying shit running around, but I can't tell what it is. And it kept me up for 3 days, so I got sick and tired of it, you know? I had finals. So he goes, I had half a bottle of Koval, which is like a Chicago gin, a PBR, some Zans, some Adderall, some old weed I found in a drawer from a year ago, and my dabs. And I put it on the stairs and said, dude, you're keeping me up, and I gotta study. Figure it the fuck out. And I close the door, and I open up the door, and I see this little dude chirping right next to my flower. This makes me think it's a real thing. This makes me think the aliens are trying to shut me up. I'm so scared. Hold on. I want to fucking finish what I was saying with the annoying car alarm. But then he goes, so I open up the door, and I see this little dude next to my weed chirping, eating it, finally fucking quiet. And I said, is that what you need? And the dude looked at me and blinked. So I went to the dispensary, and I got an ounce, and I came back, and I gave it to the little dude, and he was quiet again. This man said this to me totally serious, like total straight face. He ends it with, I know I sound fucking crazy. I know I sound crazy. I'm not crazy though. I swear I'm not crazy. I said, hey dude, I do not think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. I don't think you're crazy. I said, don't leave here thinking I think you're crazy, because that's not me. I don't think you're crazy. I think he has an alien. I think this fucker might have an alien. I'm being so for real.
I think she might have a dog. That's what I think. All the whole shenanigans, everything, you know, like that. The horn going off and stuff like that. That's what I think. I think she has a dog. I think you need to settle down, you know. Put the bag and the fucking down, you know.
My favorite part of that story is that guy's first instincts weren't to like put any food in the basement. It was all just like drugs and alcohol. Didn't like try like bread or like some chips or anything first. No, just gin, Adderall, and weed.
You know what's so funny? What's so funny that you bring that up, okay? So if you're in the barracks of the military, all right, and you have a refrigerator full of alcohol and full of soda, guess which one you're offering your army buddy? And it just doesn't make sense because the other one's cheaper, but you never offer them because it's like a sensitive item. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So whenever you're in the barracks and a guy comes in, you always offer him a beer, right? And then when he's like, "You got any soda?" Nope. Shit, straight right out. You got your choice: beer or the highway. I remember that because he was like, "Well, you got soda right there. That soda's not meant for you." Oh, who's it meant for? Meant for me, you know. Gosh, I don't know why that is, but I know I'm not the only one.
Oh, I'm sure.
When it comes to soda or beer in a refrigerator, and you got a guest, you can have the beer, you ain't getting the soda. I don't know why, but it's like a sensitive item.
That's funny.
Okay, all right. So HG, what do you don't drink a lot of soda, though, do you? Because every time we go somewhere, you're always ordering water.
Yeah, I don't do too much soda. I like Dr. Pepper, but that's about it.
Soda's what keeps me alive, unfortunately.
Oh, I love Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper. I really love going to those restaurants or those fast food places that have like a RoboCop like drink changer. Like it's like 280 different drinks in like one machine.
Like
And
Wendy's.
yeah, you have to,
freestyle machine.
yes. Oh, I love RoboCop. I love it. You know, they've got one In and Out. They got one at Raising Cane. They always have them at the new ones.
Wendy's has
what
them.
it is. Huh?
Wendy's has them.
Yes. Yes, Wendy's has them. Yes, Wendy's have them. Check this out, and this is just a plug just to be nice, okay? But if you don't already, if you really like Wendy's Frosties, you can go at every Wendy's. I mean, I believe it's all participating Wendy's, but pretty sure it's all Wendy's, okay? You can buy like this dollar thing that's going to help schools and stuff.
Yeah. That's been going on for years.
Yeah, you can buy this little Frosty thing, and then every time you go to buy something to eat, you get a free Frosty, or you can give them $1 to upcharge it, and it takes it to like a large Frosty. If you haven't did that, people, I don't know what you're waiting for. That's a steal, you know.
And the best way to eat your fries is by dipping them in the Frosty.
Okay, now you crossed it there, Amber. Like me and you believe in a lot of things, and we agree with a lot of things. But no, I cannot condone it. There's certain things that you don't mix food with. You know, there's just certain things. Like somebody said, you can do this if you want to. I'm not going to. All right. But I saw a TikTok said that if you take vanilla bean ice cream and you take soy sauce and you mix it together, it gives the ice cream like a caramel taste to it.
I don't want to try it.
I don't want to try it. Hi.
I don't know about that one.
I'm telling you, that's how they do it. The TikTok. Now I will tell you,
you're crazy though about like not dunking your fries in the frosting. That's so good.
Yeah,
so good.
All right, you know what? Maybe I might be different, but my food isn't going to interfere with my other food, yo.
Now, I do eat a very weird concoction, and I've done it since I was a little kid. Rice with mustard and butter and salt and pepper.
Oh, that could work. I don't think that'd be that bad.
It's so good. Now, my brother used to put pickle juice in his instead of mustard.
Oh, we got someone else weighing
Oh,
in on Frosty.
no fries and Frosties. Thank you, Mary.
Sorry.
And she says no with the soy sauce. Hey, don't kill the messenger. I'm just saying, you go on a TikTok and you got that guy that goes, "You're telling me I've been doing this for 40 years?"
Hey, Joy, it's good to see you.
We're talking about soy sauce. You know what's an underrated combination? If you get like pot stickers, you take soy sauce, combine it with Caesar salad dressing, mix it together. Old manager at Noodles and Company showed me that, and after I like tried it, I was like, "That's like every time I made pot stickers at work, that was
soy sauce and Italian dressing
and Caesar salad dressing."
Oh, Caesar dressing, really?
They actually go together really well.
Huh.
Well, check this out. Here's a segue. Well, I'm going to try to segue it. So now this next segment that we have it's called dropping the mic. And before we go to this, let me say that I haven't been connected with kids all my life, but it's funny the kids that say the darndest things. All right. With this one video that we're going to show you, it's one way of parenting somebody to take away their underwear or the whoopee. You know what I'm talking about, parents. Yeah. Okay. And also another thing I found out, if your child's having a meltdown, and I couldn't believe this, but this is the truth. If your child starts having a meltdown, just start looking everywhere like you're looking at ghosts. Jessica, where are you? Jessica, and it will ultimately stop them in their tracks. I could not believe it. I mean, it's true. It is true. Try it. Yes, I did. Well, I tried that, and I got in trouble with my daughter because I put cheese on my granddaughter. Because they have that thing where you flip cheese on the face and it'll stop them quiet. Well, it did that, but don't do that in front of the mom. You could get in trouble.
Dude, I love they're so funny when the baby's crying. So they just throw a slice of cheese on their face.
I'm telling you, it works, but just don't do it in front of the mom.
I haven't seen it not work yet. The babies always stop crying.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time. It is drop the mic.
Don't worry. I'm not gonna do what you all think I'm gonna do, which is just flip out.
Hey, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Let's go.
There's a letter. You want me to read it to you?
Why not for me and Parker?
Dear Parker. Hi there, buddy.
Oh, boy.
It's me, Mario, and Luigi, too. We hear some super exciting news about you. You are becoming a big boy. Wow, that's amazing, Parker. We are so proud of you for growing up and doing such a great job.
Oh, I can see what's in there.
To celebrate, we are sending you something very special.
That doesn't look special.
Your very own big boy underwear. These are not just any undies. They are power-up undies. Every time you wear them, remember how brave and strong and awesome you are. Being a big boy means you're learning new things every day, just like us when we go on adventures in the Mushroom Kingdom. And guess what? You're doing an incredible job. We can't wait to see you in June at Super Nintendo World wearing your big boy undies like a true hero. Now, maybe we'll even go on an adventure together. Keep up the great work, Parker. You've got this. Let's go. Your pals Mario and Luigi. What did Mario and Luigi send you? Those are special power-up underwear.
Okay, you should look in the bathroom, probably. I think I should open it. Nothing really. Just question. It's just Mario and Luigi.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi sent you those. So that you can wear big boy underwear.
It's not yours.
What do you think?
Well, and Mario and Luigi just take
Do you love those?
No. Well, if Mario and Luigi just take...
You don't want to wear them?
Yeah.
You do want to wear them?
No.
Why?
Because that's one diapers away.
Over here cracking up in the back.
My kids would have loved that.
I was going to say, maybe it just wasn't an inspirational story. Maybe you needed to put more of an inspirational into it. That's funny, though. Seriously. That is hilarious. And then, you can see as they pan the camera off to the kid, it's bullshit.
If Alora would have gotten something like that from VeggieTales characters, I guarantee you she would have saved that and put it on her wall.
You ain't lying. Well, that's, no matter what, even if you wrote somebody and they write back to you, no matter what, it's it's kind of a keepsake. It's kind of a keepsake. I remember the time when I got through. It was when I just got the CD. I got John Bon Jovi and Guns N' Roses, and I sent a letter to both of them telling them that I might have not been their number one fan, but I'm definitely the number two fan, kind of thing. And I got something back from John Bon Jovi, like a bandana or something. The other people I didn't get, but it's a huge confidence builder when you do something and you accomplish it, or you even like send something out and it gets answered. Might not be what you want it to be, but just the fact that it got answered, I mean, that's a huge advancement, a huge progression. So, be proud of that.
Well, that was back in the days when they had, fan clubs and all that stuff where you could actually write them and get stuff and pens and all the cool stuff.
Yep, for sure. And, I want to strengthen everybody and encourage everybody to not only this weekend try to step back and see where you came, see your progression, see all the good things that you've done, and then like the bad things that you've done, and and grade yourself, and show yourself your compliments, especially if somebody is you don't have somebody that validates you. Everybody should have that one person to validate you, like your best friend or something. But maybe you don't have that. That's okay, because you can validate yourself in front of the mirror. It tricks the brain. It does wonders. And I forget her name. I talked about this last week. She's a freestyle skier in moguls. She was talking about in one of her interviews on NBC, how it was amazing. The human brain, you can train it to do whatever you want. You can train it to think that you're the most incredible human in the world, and your brain will think that if you do everything right, like the right ingredients and everything. And like, I don't even know what the right ingredients are. I think everybody's trying to search that for themselves, but that's not the first time I've heard that. And it's incredible advice. I also heard the advice last week that a depression cycle is about 2-3 seconds. So from the point that you're like going up to use the bathroom, within that point you can have like a depression thought in like 2 seconds. It doesn't take that much. And after you have that thing, just yell out to your brain, reset, or oh, come on, what are we doing now? What's next on the agenda? Just something to reset your brain. And I didn't think about that until it was brought up to me earlier this week. And also, one of the motivational quotes that I talked about Monday that I kind of want to share here for people that don't have my Facebook. We're told all the time that nobody is coming to save us. But the thing is nobody is coming to stop us either.
Yeah.
Like you can do whatever you want to. It might not be fast. It might take you some time, but you can do whatever you want to as long as you put your mind to it. And, I think sometimes we forget that as humans.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes we just need to be reminded, and it's okay. I do it to Amber all the time. Hey, Amber, I just wanted to remind you that you're my Jiminy McCricket. Yeah, there you go. So, how to get my she had to so we have some people on TikTok, and then we're gonna go on break, but let me give them a shout out. We got JK. She said that she had to call her daughter with a trampoline. Now she's got to get her daughter a trampoline when she's finished potty training. And then we got None of Your Business. And then we got Beaker and H. Betty. Thank you for joining, people. We appreciate you. And we have Joy has been writing little love notes too. So we appreciate you tuning in for that. We're going to go on another music break. And this time, when we come back off that music break at the top of the hour, we'll be talking with Shannon. I believe she's a doctor. I'm not for sure, but her TikTok is Wellness University. They've got about 80,000 followers. She's going to give us the tips and the suggestions, step-by-step play of how to get resources from the VA. Stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H Train Show right here on MBO.
I remember that first day, nerves in my chest. Didn't know if I'd found the place where our worlds would connect. You looked at me and smiled, said you're right where you belong. And when you hugged me tight, I knew I'd been home all along. It's a full circle moment, a memory that stays from the first tiny shoes to the new steps we've made. You're the daughter of my heart, and I'm grateful every day for that first hello that melted all my fears away. Now I see you standing tall with dreams in your eyes. From that little girl I held to the one who's reaching new skies. You've got your own little family and a journey of your own, and I'm just thankful to be here, watching how you've grown. And time might have taken us on roads far apart, but love has a way of finding where to start. Now every step we share is a gift I can't hold, a bond that only deepens as these chapters unfold. It's a full circle moment, a memory that stays from the first tiny shoes to the new steps we've made. You're the daughter of my heart, and I'm grateful every day for that first hello that melted all my fears away.
I used to sleep with my boots by the door in case the call came through. I learned how to run toward fire for people I never knew. I didn't ask who deserved it, I didn't stop to choose. I just raised my hand, said send me, and did what soldiers do. Now I wake up to different battles, paperwork, bills, and pain. Doctors' rooms instead of foxholes, still here in the rain. They say thank you for your service, like that settles the debt. But somehow every month that passes, you take a little more yet. I kept my promise when it mattered, I wish you would too. Don't take from the wounded, we already paid our due. I left pieces of myself over there trying to come back to you. I didn't come home whole, but I came home true. So don't take from the wounded when we already bled for you. There's a man with his medals in a shoebox tucked under his bed.
3 years of war in his bloodstream, still ringing in his head. They told him, you're retired now, like the war just shuts the door. But the pain didn't get that memo. It still shows up every morning at 4. $200 and some change, that's what they say he's worth. For nights he can't remember and days that still hurt. Try explaining that number to his kids at the table. Try telling them freedom's expensive, but fairness isn't available. You see a budget line, I see a lie. Don't take from the wounded, we already paid our due. You count the years, not the scars, but the scars remember you. We didn't break the promise, we followed it through. So don't take from the wounded when we already bled for you. There was a family watching hospital lights flicker through the night. A war came home in his lungs and blood from things we couldn't see or fight. They said you have to step away now before 20 years were done. Cancer doesn't wait for calendars, it just takes what it wants. They did the math on the kitchen table, nothing added up. How do you serve till it kills you and still not be enough? They made the law after his sacrifice so we wouldn't forget his name. But every time it gets blocked again, it feels like losing him again. Don't take from the wounded, we already paid our due. We do it again for this country, that part of us is still true. But don't look us in the eye and say, this is all you can do. Don't take from the wounded when we already shed blood for you.
Penalty on YOU. Delay of game. 5 seconds before the show. But hey, thanks for watching.
The station where our veterans' voices are heard. MBR Talk.
Find us on the web at mbradio.us.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is Red Friday, and you're listening to the show that highlights all the non-private programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H Train Show right here on the station that's letting our veterans be heard, MBR. And boy, do we have a treat for you. Top of the hour, I promised you somebody that has the inside scoop on how to get the resources needed for stress, PTSD, some other things, and we have an expert on the line. So, without further ado, before I go, how's your thing going, Amber?
What do you mean?
With like your PTSD, you was having a hard time like driving and stuff. Are you doing better with that now?
No.
Oh.
No.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, way to ruin that segue, Joel.
Sorry.
All right. Anyways. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is the interview of the week.
The interview of the week is brought to you by Jersey Mike's, a sub above.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
Please welcome Shannon Boyle. Shannon, thank you so much for being with us today. I really, really appreciate it. We know that your schedule is pretty busy.
Hi, so happy to be here. I cleared my schedule for you. You're my only thing today.
Nice. Okay, so Amber, I do have some questions.
Okay.
I think I told you about it. They're in the question and the media thing.
Okay.
Where they're usually. I'm going to go with the first question until you catch up. But so, before getting on like TikTok, because not everybody gets on TikTok, not everybody uses it for what you're doing. Take us back to the beginning. Like, what's the moment that started your journey into this? Like that you want to reach veterans. What made you go TikTok?
Oh my Lord. Okay, well, I'm going to take you back. I'll give you the cliff notes. So my journey started because I had PTSD and it flipped my life upside down. My digestion went to heck in a handbag. I had daily anxiety, insomnia, just completely unraveled. And I had 4 young kids, and I didn't want to medicate it because I knew it would cover the symptoms, but I wouldn't know when I was finally healed. And I didn't want to be a numbed out version of myself. I want to be fully present for my family. So I set out on a natural healing journey, enrolled in health coaching school to figure out what just happened to me and why I felt so awful and how to fix it naturally. And when I started to learn tools and learn about specifically our nervous system and the gut brain axis, I was like, I have to share this. This was way before talking about anxiety and depression were in vogue. You know, it was still very taboo and shamed upon. And so I just felt horrible, and I didn't want anybody to ever feel that. So I started on Facebook, and I started to share my message. And as I was growing an audience, somebody introduced TikTok to me and was like, you could pick up mega audience over there. So I popped into TikTok, and here we are.
I love it. I love and that's how we've been promoting the show, is that one clip that you're talking about. Hey, these VRS, the goggles, this, that, if you want this, I can help you navigate the system.
Yeah,
and we can get this for you. And I'm like, oh, yeah, we have to have you on. We have to have you on so that you can give us the play by play, and
Yeah, let me give you the goods, because every veteran listening, you have access to these VA benefits that are completely free, that you actually already paid for with your service and time that you served us in our country. And I co-founded with my partners, Mike and Stacy, who are actually service disabled, veteran-owned small business as well. And we are helping soldiers get access to virtual reality headsets that help with PTSD related symptoms, anxiety, depression, sleep disturbances, red light therapy wraps that help with chronic pain. 7 different wraps are available, and veterans don't know this. So I'm out there as the public service announcer. And in all of my bios, wherever you find me, or on our website, OptiVet Solutions, we have the form that you can fill out and start the request process for which device you'd like to request. And you're going to get an email with the exact ordering information to share with your VA primary care team in person, or even using the My Healthy Vet portal.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, Amber. So I heard you say like you still have some anxiousness around with your symptoms. So the VR headsets would be amazing for you. They come with 87 preloaded programs that are specifically designed to help calm your nervous system. It's a heightened nervous system that's creating all these symptoms for us. And it puts us into what's called fight, flight, or freeze, depending on your stress response. So when we can retrain your brain how to calm down, then you won't feel like you're under threat all the time.
Yeah, my issues are I fell and broke my back in 15, not 15 places. I fell 15 feet and broke my back in 3 places. And and ever since then, heights, and then in turn, for some reason, I don't know why, driving also is affected. And so I have literally these terrible intrusive thoughts as I'm driving down the road that I'm going off of a cliff or going to run into a building and it's going to go into a fiery inferno. And I see it all happening in front of me.
Yeah.
And I've tried therapy with the VA therapists, and you know, I mean, they always want to go back to your childhood, and it's like, okay, that's great and all, but how's that going to help me right now driving?
Yeah, exactly. The intrusive thoughts were so upsetting for me too. And basically, you know what I've learned, and right now this is not free through the VA, but I do have it discounted on my links for everybody, is when you go through stress or trauma of any kind, a fall is very traumatic. It wipes out your gut microbiome, which is your gut bacteria, and the healthy bacteria sends healthy signals to your brain. When that gets wiped out, your brain kind of goes haywire on you, and it starts to play these tricks. Like I used to think people are coming to steal my children in the middle of the night. Like that, those were my intrusive thoughts. So I know how disruptive that is, and so we're working behind the scenes, hoping to get some of these supplements through the VA. But in the meantime, I have them discounted on my site for you guys. We also are going to be introducing neurofeedback for our veterans, and like this month we're going to have it available, so keep your eyes out for that. And I'm really excited for that because it will help you retrain your brain that gets stuck in these negative loops without effort and without having to go into therapy and talk about all your stuff that just re-triggers the trauma and actually doesn't get to the root cause of it. So there's a lot of things out there that our veterans don't know they have access to that can help, because these are not life sentences. These are situations that were triggered, and the gut-brain axis gets disconnected. And when we get them all connected and vibrant again, then you feel like your old self, if not even better.
That's actually something that I've been trying to work on, is my gut health, because it's absolutely atrocious, and it has been my entire life. But I've also been in traumatic situations my entire life.
Mm-hmm.
So not only do I have PTSD from falling, but I also have childhood PTSD, and so I guess it's complex PTSD or whatever. But yeah, my gut is really messed up. And on top of that, I've got chronic pain syndrome because of the injuries.
Correct.
And so then in turn, I also got gastroparesis and all kinds of other things. And so I'm constantly sick, like constantly. And I have been my entire life. Been trying to figure it out. No one can. And so I'm trying to start a journey of changing my food and things like that, but it's a hard one when there's only so many things I can eat because of my allergies and my food aversions.
Yeah, it's all related. It's all connected. And you're going to be such a perfect candidate for the neurofeedback, because it will help. These are all symptoms, right? And our symptoms are just trying to relay a message to us. What most people aren't being taught, though, is what's causing the symptoms. And let's get to the root of it so that we can actually change it without white knuckling through diets and stress and all that, you know?
And so how do you do that? How do you get to the bottom of it with these VR headsets?
It's the nervous system. Okay. So we help calm your nervous system and get your brain optimized again, because it's just signals. And when the signals are off that are being sent to your brain, and then you're feeling off, or the signals are off that are being sent in your gut, so then your digestion is off, or your signals are off and your sleep is disrupted. And spoiler alert, every single human pretty much has some trauma in their life. It doesn't have to be huge, like a fall or something monumental. They can be little stress bombs that you don't even know trigger all of this. So I always say PTSD, post-trauma, it's a spectrum. We're all on it. It just depends on how far to the right or left you are.
Yeah, you know, I forget I think it's John Stamos. John Stamos. Funny fact, he's scared of midgets. Yeah, funny fact.
Make it make sense. Yeah, make it make sense. The brain just goes off on a journey of its own, so we got to reel it back in.
Okay, so my question to you, Shannon. So I've got a brain injury, and I really think that the reason why a lot of these services aren't being utilized or being used is it's not because veterans are lazy, it's because veterans need an easier way of mapping, like, a step by step, play by play. So this is what we're gonna do. So I'm in my primary care doctor, because we all know that that's where this all starts, is the primary care doctor. So I'm here, the primary care doctor, and what am I supposed to tell the primary care doctor when I want these glasses? Like, hey, I'm really good at Contra, and I heard that this helps my PTSD. Can I get some goggles? I know that that's not what you say, but literally there's just veterans that literally they have no idea what to say.
I know. So, yeah, thank you for bringing this up because it's super important. And we created OptiVet Solutions for two reasons. One is public service announcement to the veterans that they can know that they have access to these tools. And then the second piece of this is we know that it can be frustrating navigating inside the VA system. So that was really important to us, that we help the veterans walk step by step through the process together so that they don't feel alone, so that we can help you feel stronger in advocating for yourself. So that's why we created the form that all the veterans can fill out. Step one is you fill out the form, you check off which device you would like to request.
And I'm guessing that this form that we're talking about is at www.optivetsolutions.com.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So step one, fill out the form and you will be able to check off specifically which devices you would like to request. And then you are sent an email according to what you checked off with the ordering information so that you can share the exact info with your care team. The other thing is that you are connected with our team, our OptiVet team, which will help you if your care team gives you some resistance, because we've seen that. Some approve right away and it flies through. The veteran's like, I got it. It's sent to my house. It's perfect. Others are like, my VA denied it. And then that's when we step in with you and we either they need more research or the VAs inside the VAs don't even know that sometimes they have access to prescribe these for the veterans. So then we bring awareness. So we have veterans on the ground that can go into the VAs and advocate with you and bring the science and the research, show that, the VA Secretary Collins stated equity of care. So what is available in one VA is available to all VAs, no matter where you live or what you, how much you have access to according to location. And we are keeping track. Part of filling out that form is to help us keep track which VAs are saying yes and which VAs are giving resistance.
Now I haven't looked at this form, but when I look at this form, does it have a place for like description summary? Like what should we write? Is there something specific?
Everything's a check off. We want to make it as simple as possible. Check off the device. It does ask what VA you're using. We're tracking each VA to see their approval rate. We're seeing which ones are giving the most resistance. And that's when we're sending our boots on the ground into that VA to be like, hey, what do we need to do to help your veterans? Like, we have them requesting it. Like, what do you still need to see here or know to get this in their hands? So that's another piece of the form is we're tracking intel so that we can make it stronger inside of the VA as well.
Okay. Awesome. So I don't even have to go to the primary care doctor right off the bat. What I need to do is go to the website, download the form, get the form, and then take that to my primary care doctor.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
There we go.
We'll give your primary care doctor because they have to write a prescription for it. So they write the script and they send it over to the prostatic department. The email that you get will give them the prescription information that goes on the form to send over to prosthetics. So it makes it so simple.
Okay. So let's get into what these VR headsets actually do, because so I've put one on before and tried to do a video game, and I got freaked out because it actually felt like I was actually doing actions in there that I did not ever want to do. And I also got extremely dizzy.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody gets dizzy from that type of thing, what is the solution there?
Well, the really cool thing about the virtual reality headsets is that they come with a device practitioner that gets assigned to you. So you get to work through all of that with your practitioner. And like I said, there's 87 different programs preloaded. And the part of the headset that is my favorite is there's some learning modules in there to teach you about pain and why you feel more pain and the pain receptors, and anxiety and why you feel anxious and what's causing that. So I feel like knowledge is power. And Amber, if you start to realize how the body works and how the brain is operating, you're going to feel enlightened and like, oh, like I'm not broken. This is what's happening. And the more empowered you feel, just your healing is going to be better.
Okay.
So you can take baby steps with it. There's different programs. If you don't like one, you can choose another. There's learning programs, there's meditation programs, relaxation, and then there's distract your brain programs.
Okay.
And then the neurofeedback that we're going to be offering, this one I love so much because you want to hear how easy this is. You will get a brain map so we can see what your wavelengths are doing, like where they are not optimized. And then you get a protocol specific for you. And again, you're going to get device practitioners working with you every week while you do this. In home though, like it's all virtual. So you don't have to go to a ton of appointments. You can do it in the comfort of your home. And then when you do you're going to get 40 neurofeedback sessions, which is brain retraining. And they send you, mine's in the other room. They send you an iPad and it's programmed in the iPad. And all you have to do is watch a TV show for 30 minutes, any show you want. And if your brain is not doing what is helping it optimize, the show will get dimmed and the volume will go down and your brain will work to like get it back to where you want it. And that's how it retrains the brain. So like, talk about effortless. I like 30 minutes. I'm like, I tell my family, I'm like, don't want to train my brain. And I'm over here watching Netflix, right? So super, super easy on you as well.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Amber, I don't know if you have any other questions. You know, we have the time to shine that question that we're going to ask a little bit later. But as you said, this isn't just at one VA. This is all VAs. So once you get this prescription, once you get this internet slip presented to your doctor, like are times like delayed with like the shipping and stuff, because we're already having problems with like UPS and stuff like that. But how long is the wait time to get these resources?
So the wait time can vary because of the VAs, I would say, more than our shipping people. We've seen it happen as soon as like they request and they get it in hand within, the fastest I've seen is like within a week. But then we have other veterans that haven't received theirs and it's been months. And like we're still working with those veterans that it's taken months because something is log jammed inside the VA. It's either the practitioner is not approving it or the prosthetic department is not approving it. So we are diligently working behind the scenes trying to unclog those VAs. So it could happen really fast depending on your VA and your practitioner team, or it could be the slow train.
Okay.
But the message is do not give up. So many veterans are so frustrated and give up. And that's why we created our OptiVet Solutions team. Because you can call us, you can troubleshoot with us. Like, we want a human being on the other end of that to walk with you so you don't give up, because these are your rights. You deserve these. You served for these.
Well, the VA system is pretty much designed to make the veteran give up, honestly.
I know.
I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I know it can be frustrating, and I've had conversations with inside the VA, and honestly, it's just really bad communication inside there. And when you speak to each individual inside the VA, like, they do want the best for veterans, and they are also working diligently to improve programs. Spoke to a high up VA person, and do you guys know this? Almost, if not, $1 billion budget for non-narcotic solutions. So to offset the opioid craze that it went through, and to inhibit more of the suicides that are happening, there is a huge budget for these non-narcotic solutions. And if they don't spend it, they lose it. Right. So they're going to spend it. And so don't be a martyr, request your devices. There's a budget for it, and it's hefty, that budget.
Now they have that new 112 million grant that the VA just announced recently. I believe it's called the Sergeant Fox grant. It's to help any organizations that have anything to do with unaliving or suicide prevention, stuff like that. So that is out there now. I am told that application isn't open until like April 14th or April 15th, but it's still very near. I know that MBR is gonna put, they're gonna drop their little hat in there to do that as well. You might not know this, Shannon. I have no idea, but do you, with the VA grants and stuff, do you know of like suggestions or tips on how you can get the access grant compared to
that was the $1 million question right there, right? I wish.
I think I would ask.
I wish. We're putting it out there to the universe, everybody. We need good grant writers, right? So right now, I don't have an answer for you, but we do have a nonprofit leg built in for OptiVets, helping soldiers and first responders with PTSD through a protocol. We are looking to constantly be adding resources to our website. So if we come across somebody that is really great at this grant writing, we're going to put them on there.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been looking for an intern that does grant writing. So far, I've found an intern that does taxes and stuff, but not grant writing. Man, we would have it in the sun, Amber. We would have it in the sun if we had that. Well, Shannon, you know what? Thank you so much for being on the show. We have one last question. If Amber is all out of questions, we typically like to keep our guests for only like 25 minutes because, my wife thought I was funny, and after 15 years of marriage, now I'm just annoying. So you can only be with somebody for so long before they get annoyed with you. So this is that time where it is your time to shine.
Am I shining?
I don't know.
Today's Time to Shine is brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts, veterans, and first responders, runs on Duncan.
This is your time to shine, baby. It's your time to shine.
All right. Sorry. Sometimes it takes me a little while to find the button. My bad. Okay. So, with this, Shannon, maybe we didn't set you up with that right answer or set you up with that, that question. Or maybe there's something that you wanted to talk about and we took up your space. This is that time that you can talk about whatever you would like to. I don't know if you got what you wanted to get out of the interview today.
Oh man, thank you. Well, first of all, thank you so much for having me. And you guys are great for putting this out. And my thing that I would request is that people share this with as many veterans as possible. We have served over 1,000 veterans so far since starting the TikTok videos, have barely scratched the surface. There's over 9 million or something veterans in the VA, and 1,000 is like, we're so proud of it, but you can see how far we have to go. And so share is what I would request.
Okay.
Oh, trust me, we will, and I'm sure that when we're done here, Shannon, there's about 4 or 5 different shows that's going to reach out to you. Hey, I want on my show, especially Oscar Mike Radio. I know that one's coming because he's one of our brother podcasts on this network, and he's been on top shows like C-SPAN and others. So we'll definitely get the word out. We got you here, Shannon. So
I love it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate all of your support, and this has been so much fun.
Thank you so much for being on with us, Shannon. I appreciate it. Have a fantastic weekend.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a fantastic interview. I really like having those interviews that they talk back. I really do. You'd be surprised. There's so many interviews. It's like pulling teeth, but she has some great information, and that's so nice because there's a lot of people that they just don't know how to do it. Like I had I'm not going to mention names, but like I had a person that was a service officer that told me that I could get Meta glasses, I could get this and that. And I'm like, okay, well, instead of telling me that I could get it, show me how I could get it, And she never showed me.
Well, in the VA, if people don't realize it, that people who aren't in the VA system who are watching, the VA system is extremely hard to navigate. And there's all these procedures that have to be done and all these notes that have to be written. And us veterans forget about half the stuff that we learn about. And then we'll come in and tell our doctor about something we've seen or whatever. And they're like, oh, that's interesting. But that's about it. Or they'll say that they're going to set you up with an appointment. And then that appointment never comes,
Well, and that's so true. I mean, honestly, it's the navigation process. And when she said all you do is go to that internet website, is to check yes or no, because I make sure because even with like the press releases that we do, like I don't really know what to write in the description, but just think, even if you have a podcast, all right. And I learned this the hard way. My dad was the kind of guy that would go into Video Connection and he would sit there and he would read the back of the VHS tape. He would sit there for hours and hours before even buying it. Okay. Now, for all this new generation that's podcasting and stuff, they think that all they have to do is put, hey, let's veterans talk, like that is not going to get you anywhere because it's like, where's this conversation going to go? Like, I want to pay attention to a podcast or a show that's going to show me segments or tell me what about kind of thing. Now there's a lot of people that don't like my show segments, but the way I do my show segments, it's kind of like it's like a little a little version of Tosh.0. Well, you know, I play a video that really catches my attention throughout the week. That's with Drop the Mic or What the Segment, and then Amber will sit here and we'll discuss it. You know, there's a lot of people that don't like that, but there's a lot of people that do like it because they know that I'm going to ask them these interviewer questions. And the navigation part is the hardest part because sometimes in those letters you have to write like a summary or a description. I'm not good at writing a description, so the fact that you don't have to write a description, you just print it out, give it to the doctor. Man, do you know if all resources and all prosthetic companies, you realize that if they did that, I think they would get more contracts rather than trying to push it through the VA. They're pushing it through the customer, not so much the VA.
Yeah.
So I think that's a really smart deal that they started. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time where we go on our normal tribute to troops. So when we come back from the tribute to troop, not only will we be talking about the free events, recover charges that are out there, because remember, Sunday is Easter. So let's talk about all those events, and we're going to talk about what we learned today. So whatever you do, stay with us. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the H Train Show on MBR.
Detail attention.
First call. The service member's name is called out loud in the context of a unit. This is meant to ensure all are present and accounted for. Second call. The name is called out again, louder, to confirm that the service member is indeed absent. Third call. The name is called out for a final time, followed by a statement indicating that the service member is not present and accounted for, signifying their death. The final roll call serves as a symbolic gesture to respect and remember their service.
Sir, I don't know how to tell the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell these people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Hey everyone, thank you for tuning in to MBR today as we pay tribute to Army Specialist Jared A. Lawyer, age 20, of Spokane, Washington. Jared was born in Spokane on July 3, 1991 to Kim and Gary Lawyer. Jared felt called to serve his country at an early age, and he never wavered in his belief to serve God and his country. After graduating from Meade High School, he joined the Army July of 2010 and completed training at Fort Benning, Georgia. In November of 2010, Jared was assigned to the 1st Battalion, 508th Parachute Infantry Regiment, 4th Brigade Combat Team, 82nd Airborne Division, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Jared was on his first deployment to Afghanistan. On June 18, 2012, in the Zari district, Jared's unit was ambushed by individuals dressed in Afghan police uniforms who turned their weapons on his unit. Jared died from wounds sustained during the firefight. 8 members of his unit were wounded. Specialist Lawyer was a quiet professional. He impressed people with his deeds, not words, said Captain Michael Kelvington, Bravo Commander. He was proud to be part of the rare 0.45% that served his nation in a noble cause. Jared's awards include the Bronze Star Medal, the Purple Heart, the National Defense Service Medal, the Afghan Campaign Medal, the Overseas Service Ribbon, the Combat Infantry Badge, and the Parachutist Badge. Jared's passions were serving God, his family and friends, the military, soccer, animals, fishing, and camping. Jared made friends wherever he went. He had a quick wit and a smile, putting everyone at ease. Jared's words for his family were this poem: Should I expire on foreign soil, mourn for me you must not. First recall all else who fell, lest they be forgot. I'll weep for those I leave behind, but don't you weep for me, for all have joined my brethren and be in good company. In service of their country all their dues were paid, but there are empty ranks to fill in the grand final parade, if God wills that I should join them. Jared is survived by his mom Kim and his dad Gary, his sister Jessica and his brother Jordan, great-grandmother Rosemary Jones, grandparents Patty LeBeau, Keith and Debbie Williams, Ken and Cammie McClellan, Maureen Williams, Leanne Lawyer, extended family, and his brothers and sisters in arms. We here at MBR would like to thank you, Specialist Jared A. Lawyer, for your service and dedication to our country. You leave a legacy of love and courage. Our prayers are with your family, friends, and those who served alongside you. You are truly missed.
Bell detail, tinted, ready.
It's the guts and it's the glory. 100 stripes, 100 stories. It's the Pledge of Allegiance on the 4th of July. It's them handwritten letters from home. It's them sleepless nights alone. It's his newborn baby he left with his wife. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's a line. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Hey, from the fields of Indiana to the swamps of Louisiana, to the golden coast of California, Uncle Sam's the only family he's got. His purple heartbeat won't stop, and his 18th birthday was the day he was born. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, lay down, here's the light. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, for these stars and stripes. Mr. Red, White, and Blue, stand on the front line. Stars and stripes. line, marching line. Hey. Hey.
You're stronger than you know and braver than you feel, one waddle at a time.
Whenever things get rough or it feels like you're at the edge, remember this: storms pass.
Tough times don't last, but tough people do.
Oh, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, March 3rd, 2026. Red Friday. Red Friday. And we hopefully, we know that you have a choice in who you listen to in the morning. And hopefully, we motivated you. Now, I will tell you, Amber.
Yeah.
I felt kind of bad. So I went into the gas station. This gas station, I always go in there. I yell, "Hey, how are you?" You know how I am. I'm loud. I'm loud. I'm loud and proud. Yeah. So yesterday I went in there. She comes up to me. There's nobody in. There's nobody in there. She comes out. She puts her hand on my hand. She's like, "You're such a good customer. Can you bring it down? Can you bring it down? Quiet. You're such a good customer. So nice, but you hurt my ears in the morning." I felt so bad. You know. But anyway, so yeah. Sometimes I made all kinds of ducks. Actually, I made all kinds of ducks. Hey, check this out. If you didn't already know, that Scantron over there, the top left of the screen that you see, right under me, check that out. That QR code, you scan that, it's going to get you into the family subscription. What that family subscription does is every Friday, it gives you at least 5 coloring pages of DJ Ducky and Broadcast Beaker, his world. And right now we're in a series where we're introducing all the personalities of these ducks. And we have a big cartoon coming up June 15th. That's our debut. Like we're doing a press release on this, and we're gonna see if we can do like a donation cost thing or whatever. I don't know how we're doing that, but we're gonna see. We got some time. Hell, maybe we can get it on Netflix for a month. I don't know. Anyways, it's gonna be a great cartoon. And before we steam out of here, I just want to bring notice, everybody, if you're in the Colorado area, that means the Montbello Tower area, Green Valley Ranch area, you want to listen to this up. So, here in Colorado, it's going to be 420, the International Marijuana Day. Okay. So 420 right now, I have little ticket deals, and you don't even have to, it doesn't look, I'd have to look, but it doesn't look like there's like an expiration date, like you have to use this like by now or something. Anyway, so come to the studio and you can pick up one of these coupons. It's for $1 joint. And Dunkin' Donuts. And yeah. And hey, if you come by the studio, you can pick up some MBR stickers. We'll do the stickers. Yes, thank you, Charles. Thank you. Man, I haven't talked to him in a while. We've been just so busy. Holy crap. We have been busy, Amber.
I know we have.
We've been busy.
Super, super busy.
Man. So we have some free events going on this weekend, and I think we should talk about it in the final thought.
5, 4, 3,
3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
At Project ML, gratitude. Our mission is simple, to give motorcycles to veterans who need the kind of peace and freedom that only a ride can give.
And remember, you can nominate a veteran also in your family, somebody that you don't know, somebody that you do know. You can nominate them at ML Gratitude. Just Google it. You'll come up with an application, nominate somebody, help a veteran, a lot, I've said this before on weekends. I'll say it again, and Amber can second it. If you're going in to the world, like if you're waking up now and you're going in to, do your day, and you think to yourself, man, I don't have any friends. Let me change that outlook for you. Instead of you saying I don't have any friends, say, you know what? I'm going to be a friend out there to somebody that needs a friend like me, because I know how it feels to be hurt. I know how it feels not to be validated. I know how it feels not to be acknowledged. I think I've told you this before, Amber, but do you realize that I loved having a service dog? I absolutely loved having a service dog, but one of the reasons why I got kind of sick and didn't like to have a service dog is because whenever I went to hotels, and I don't know if it's because I'm being selfish or what, it's just how I feel. But whenever I went into hotels, like elevators or anything like that, do you realize that the people would never validate me? They would always come up to me and say, and who is this little fella? What's this guy's name? They would always ask about my service dog's name rather than acknowledge me, And one time I got so upset, my wife had to pull me off to the side because I got so upset. And I looked at the person and I'm like, so tell me, how is knowing my dog's name going to change my world or change your world? I got to the point where I was so upset, and people, oh, well, they must smell my dog. Or, dogs can smell cancer nowadays. So, you have that going towards you too, But anyways, just saying, when you come up with somebody with a service dog, acknowledge them, validate. People just don't realize how much a huge quality that is.
Yeah.
It really is, You don't have to be a partner or a sponsor to be able to do something nice for a company, and then guess what? That chain of love sooner or later comes back. This is what is wrong with the United States right now. And I don't tell my opinions, but we seem to not want to do for other people until we receive something first. Yeah. And sometimes that just doesn't happen. So if you want some, just throwing good vibes out into the world. If you want something done for yourself, do it for somebody else, and maybe God will return that favor to you. And I don't mean to sit here and give a sermon or whatever. I don't mean that. I just, I see so much good in the world. And we can sit here and we can send messages to friends and gripe about politics and yell about stuff, but the truth of the matter is, it doesn't matter which side you lean on. It matters who gives you respect and who gives you identity.
Yeah.
Because I guarantee you, these people that you're supporting, these people that you're backing up, that they're showing that they're lying, but you keep backing them up. Rely and support people that have already shown you that they got your back.
Mm-hmm.
I just get upset with people because they think they're so right that they're willing to let their opinions affect their relationships. That's what I get so upset about, you know. So, what with that being said, we're gonna pipe out of here. We're gonna get out of here a little bit, just a little bit early. But before we do that, what did you learn today, Amber?
I learned that I need to be more proactive with my doctors and the VA. And when I see something that's brought to my attention like this, I need to be proactive and go out and do it instead of waiting for the VA to offer it to me, because I think that's a lot of what I usually do is wait for the VA to offer something to me, because I've always just been one of those people in the VA system. First of all, I always, and I've discussed this with you before, you know, because I was only in a year, it's hard for me to feel like a veteran. But I've been in the VA system for 26 years now, and almost 27 years. And it's so I am a part of the system. I am a veteran. I am part of the VA system. But because of that, I've always just kind of lurked in the background as far as like demanding things or anything like that, because I don't feel like I'm deserved it or owed it or whatever, because I only spent a year in. But that year got me completely and totally disabled to where, you know, I did spend 6.5 years of my life in bed because of the migraines. So I ultimately do deserve it, but sometimes that's where my hang up lies.
And yeah, I mean, you've talked about this, you know, and it shouldn't hang up. In fact, you know, if there's anybody out there that wants to, you know, I get so mad when people like broadcast it or stream about, you know, if you're not a combat vet or blah, 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 you know, it's like, dude, who cares? You know, that part of us is done. Instead of looking for people to validate how important we are, how about we help others get them to the same position that we are ourselves? Because I guarantee you that people are going to remember what you do for them a lot faster than what you tell them you're going to do for them.
That's absolutely true.
So, with that being said, HG, what did you learn today, man?
Just a lot of cool applications for virtual reality and treating PTSD, and that, you know, it's not really that it's kind of a spectrum, and that there are varying, you know, levels to it. You know, everyone's trauma is kind of different, and there's, you know, there's different ways to treat it. So that was enlightening to learn today.
So many outlets out there. That's the thing about it. And like, you know, this show's been going on for a while. It's not anything new that there's so many outlets out there. But you know, every single week we find something new. We find something new. We find something very interesting, you know. So with us signing off, if you are an organization or you're a nonprofit and you want to be on the show, or you want to have a show like this, please reach out. Me and Amber teaches every Tuesday and every Thursday from 9 to 30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So whatever you do, make sure you go on the website, schedule that one-on-one. You can be doing what we're doing. It's not that hard. With everybody, with HG behind the sound, thank you so much, brother. Everything was appreciated. Powered by Work Simple. Work Simple, thank you for giving us space, for giving our veterans and our first responders their opportunity to be heard on the mic. Everybody here says to everybody out there, whatever you do, don't drink, don't drive, don't drink, don't beat your kids, don't beat your wife.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
Yep, there you go. Have a fantastic weekend, everybody. And remember, we are here for you, not for us. And we all said, giving our veterans
a voice. Thank you. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Life is like a duck. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Here at Military Broadcast Radio, we're teaming up with our friends at Die Tired, the veteran-friendly music band spreading strength, resilience, and mental health awareness one shirt at a time.
And check this out. Their brand new shirts feature broadcast beaker right on the breast pocket. A reminder that you can weather the storm, and you're never alone.
Shirts are only $25, and proceeds support giving veterans a voice. MBR's mission to teach veterans how to podcast and videocast. Because when our vets are talking, they're not overthinking. They're not second-guessing. Together, we stop the 22 stigma. Grab your shirt today at mbradio.us and hit the shop. Or go directly to toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband. That's toramerch.printavo.com/merch/dietiredband.
Suit up, stand strong.
Remember, we're unduckable together.
You're built tougher than the storm.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Military Broadcast Radio. As we wrap up today's show, we want to remind you that the podcast of today's episode will be available right after we go off the air. So if you missed any part of the show or want to listen again, be sure to check it out. And remember, we're here to support and honor our veterans. Your stories and experiences matter, and we are committed to giving you a platform to share them. That's right. We're here to give our veterans a voice. So don't forget to catch the podcast and stay connected with us. Giving our veterans a voice.